It is the most complicated attack that can happen to any device.
On a rate from 1 to 10, Operation Triangulation is a real 10.
We had to implement a pretty complicated infrastructure.
We've got the malware, we've got the exploits, we're able to obtain the additional modules that were used by this malware.
And this is what we're going to speak about on SAS. First of all, we're completely sure that it is a targeted story. On the technical level, it is espionage. So it is collecting information from the user, from the sensors, the microphone, the camera, and all the data within the device.
To conduct such attack, attackers just need to have an Apple ID or just a phone number. The victim receives an iMessage, like the message via iMessage. The victim doesn't see anything happen on the phone.
A special exploit comes via iMessage. At that moment, the phone is already compromised. There is no need of interaction from the user. If you reboot the infected smartphone, it is clean, but the vulnerability is still there. So if the exploit is used again, the phone is reinfected.
If we're talking about the victims, we can say that in our company there are two separate groups that do not overlap. There are managers and security researchers. We have a separate Wi-Fi network for mobile devices of employees that is isolated from all our important systems. We use our own software that is called Puma. It monitors all the traffic. And once Puma detected something really suspicious, there were network connections made from a couple of iPhone devices. And these connections were made to previously never before seen domains.
We were able to find the traces of previous infections. And this is how we were able to find that the oldest infections that happened to our corporate smartphones were in 2019. We can say for sure that these are not just regular cyber criminals or students trying to break in the phones. This is very resourceful entity that implemented this attack.
We've got like a lot of materials, malware, exploits. This is basically just a huge pile of clues. Of course, we can use them to find more attacks from the same threat actor. We will be looking.
We released an open source tool, Triangle Check, for checking the backups of your phones.
We open sourced it. You can download it by the QR code that should be there somewhere on the video. We have a special email address. So if you used our tool and you saw that there is a message that you most likely was hacked by triangulation, please use this email address to reach to us.
Comparing Android and iOS, in terms of security, they are roughly on the same level, but it's all the matter of control. iOS is completely closed and it is not possible to control what is happening within the phone. And this is not the case with Android, because you can basically look into what is happening in the phone, and even when it is compromised, you can perform complete forensics, extracting the malware and researching it. And this is a much more complicated story with iOS.
For us, the only way to find and investigate this attack was to look like what happening outside of the device, the network traffic, and also take a look at the backup of the file system.
If you think that you may be a target, it's very important to have a complete network monitoring solution, as we had and as we discovered triangulation. Because if you can see what is happening in your phone, you have to see how your phone interacts with the network, with the outside world. And in that case, network monitoring, CM solutions, those that allow you to look into the logs, analyze it, collect it, like our Kuma, can be used to find suspicious behavior of mobile devices. And not just mobile devices, basically everything, desktops, laptops, servers, all your network. Many people still don't consider a mobile antivirus as a required piece of software. Well, now it is gradually changing. Within next years, I think that not just installing endpoint solutions, but even monitoring the network and using MDM will be even more widespread.
SAS 2023. you gotta be there. Talant, Phuket, we are going to reveal all the details about Operation Triangulation.